Welcome everyone. My name is Ryanair, and today I'm going to tell you something about Ryanair. Ryanair is Europe's biggest and most profitable ultra-low-cost airline. It has grown from a single aircraft family into one of the world's biggest and leading airlines. It has different routes from 57 bases to 180 different flight destinations in 29 different countries. And it has an outstanding 29-year safety record. Ryanair has made air travel accessible to the masses, and they're not just providing cheap flights, but they're providing actually the cheapest flights available. And they're prepared to do anything to keep their costs down, so then they can keep your costs down. The company was founded in 1985 by Christopher Ryan, Liam Lonergan, and an Irish businessman, Tony Ryan, with the aim of breaking the duopoly of London, Ireland flights at that time held by British Airways and Aer Lingus. First, the company was very successful, but then it started to make losses. So the founders of the company decided to hire Michael O'Leary to make the company profitable again. And Michael O'Leary is actually the current CEO of the company. And it worked, because nowadays almost 58 million passengers are flying annually with Ryanair. Of course, Ryanair provides different products and services, and of course their main service are the flight tickets to 180 different flight destinations to 29 different countries. But they have also car hire and hotels, and on their website you can actually rent a car or book a hotel in every flight destination you're going to. They have also different services on the plane, for example food and drinks, because that's not included within the price you're paying for the ticket. So if you want that, you need to pay a little extra for it, but people know it, so that's okay. Now let's talk about the corporate social responsibility of the company. But first, what is corporate social responsibility actually? It's the company's impact on the company's environment. And Ryanair has what you can call a bad reputation when it comes to corporate social responsibility. It's on the bottom 10 of ethical ranking of 581 different flight companies. And this ranking was based on environmental performance of the airline, corporate social responsibility of the company, and the information provided to the consumers. And the issues are mostly about the posting deceptive information on their website, because Ryanair posted something about green claim, and they posted that the company contributes only 2% of carbon dioxide emissions. Some other issues are about the treatment of pilots and the crew, because they're independent contractors. Ryanair does not have to pay them any or to provide them any benefits, and that's not very socially responsible. Another issue was that the airplanes did not take enough fuel with them to respond in emergency situation, and actually some of the pilots that have worked for Ryanair told this. But if you look at their 29-year safety record, there's actually nothing to worry about. And they do different things, or they try to do different things to be socially responsible. They have a policy on noise and emissions, and it's all about reduce emissions and noise through investment in next generation aircraft. They already installed the winglets on all of their current airplanes, and they're going to install them on all of their future airplanes. And they did this because the winglets reduce rate of fuel burn, carbon dioxide emission by approximately 4%, and they reduce the noise emissions. The Ryanair's positioning, it's actually very clear, and their ticket offer is very clear, so the brand's positioning is clear, like I already said. Because they have low prices, other airlines have struggles to compete with Ryanair. because other airlines can't match the fares while delivering acceptable level of service like Ryanair can. And Ryanair has to clarify its positioning, and they clarify it's by that Ryanair isn't a luxury airline. It isn't a very kind or a gentle airline, but it's a very cheap airline, and it's actually the cheapest airline of the world. Here you see the competitive advantages of Ryanair in comparison to other airlines. And these are actually all the reasons why they're also cheap. So you can look at the in-house marketing, no frills, no refund policy, but I will tell about that a little bit later. They also have a strategic advantage over competitors, and you can classify that under a low price, low added value, or you can also call it less for much less system. Ryanair charges less, but you can also expect less services, like the free food or drinks on the plane, or that you don't have to pay money for the baggage. But when we're talking about their fares, they have a leading position, and that's actually pretty good. Let's look at their market share. Here you see 8 flight destinations, and these are the 8 busiest flight destinations within Europe. And on half of them, Ryanair is actually number 1. So in Spain, Italy, Ireland, and Poland. And in other flight destinations, they're still in the top 3, and that's pretty good. Their marketing mix. Like I told you earlier, their main product, of course, these are the flight tickets, but you can't forget that they have deals with Hertz car rental and hotels, and about 16% of the profit is made this way. And also, like I said earlier, Ryanair is a low fares airline, so 70% of the fare, 70% of the seats are sold at the lowest fares, 30% are sold at higher fares, and the last 6% of the seats are sold at the highest fares. They also don't use travel agents, so they don't have to pay commissions. They only have 2 distribution channels, their website and the call center. 99% of all is sold online, so on their website, and just 1% is sold via their call center. And this actually saves them 15% on agency fees. Ryanair also tries to spend as little as possible on their advertising. All the advertising is done in-house, and Michael O'Leary and the rest of the personnel that is working at Ryanair tries to do it themselves. So they don't have to spend a lot of money on advertising, and they also just try to make simple adverts which just tell that Ryanair is the most low fares airline. And well, is the marketing mix consistent? Well, yes, it actually is, because product, price, promotion, and place, there is a very logical link between them, and Ryanair doesn't promise people something wonderful and amazing and special for the most cheap price they can get, and they're very honest about it, and people know what exactly they're paying for and what they can expect for the money. And if they still want to use that extra service, there is an opportunity, but they need to pay a little extra for it. The strategy Ryanair is using is cost leadership competitive strategy, and it's all about producing the service of air transport more cheaply than its competitors. And they're implementing this by reducing every possible cost. And like I told earlier, on advertising, they try to do it themselves. And they only adopt innovations after their competitors already tried and implemented them.